Hello, it's Willie from the Ozarks, and we're ready for our lesson 127 in A Course in Miracles workbook for students, reading from the original edition, May the 7th, 22. There is no love but God's. There is no love but God's. And I bless you, brothers, with the love of God, which I would share with you. For I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's and yours and mine and everyone. And he wants to say that I think he says 3 times an hour. He wants us to bring a brother or sister to mind and say that about them. So you'll probably want to get this down real clear. I bless you, brothers. I bless you, brother, with the love of God, which I would share with you. For I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's and yours and mine and everyone. Okay, let's read it. There is no love but God's. Perhaps you think that different kinds of love are possible. Perhaps you think there is a kind of love for this, a kind for that, a way of loving one, another way of loving still another. Love is one. It has no separate parts and no degrees, no kinds nor levels, no divergencies and no distinctions. It is like itself, unchanged throughout. It never alters with a person or a circumstance. It is the heart of God and also of His Son. Love's meaning is obscure to anyone who thinks that love can change. He does not see that changing love must be impossible, and thus he thinks that he can love at times and hate at other times. He also thinks that love can be bestowed on one and yet remain itself, although it is withheld from others. He also thinks that love can be bestowed on one and yet remain itself, although it is withheld from others. To believe these things of love is not to understand it. If it could make such distinctions, it would have to judge between the righteous and the sinner and perceive the Son of God in separate parts. Love cannot judge. As it is one itself, it looks on all as one. Its meaning lies in oneness, and it must elude the mind that thinks of it as partial or in part. There is no love but God's, and all of love is His. There is no other principle which rules where love is not. Love is a law without an opposite. Its wholeness is the power holding everything as one, the link between the Father and the Son, which holds them both forever as the same. No course whose purpose is to teach you what you really are could fail to emphasize there is no difference in what you are and what love is. Love's meaning is your own and shared by God Himself. For what you are is what He is. There is no love but His, and what He is everything there is. There is no limit placed upon Himself, and so are you unlimited as well. No laws the world obeys can help you grasp love's meaning. What the world believes was made to hide love's meaning and to keep it dark and secret. There is not one principle the world upholds but violates the truth of what love is and what you are as well. Seek not within the world to find yourself. Love is not found in darkness and in death, yet it is perfectly apparent to eyes that see and ears that hear its voice. Today we practice making free our minds of all the laws you think you must obey, of all the limits under which you live, and all the changes which you think are part of human destiny. Today we take the largest single step this course requests in your advance toward its established goal. Wow, listen to that. Listen to what he says. Today we take the largest single step this course requests in your advance toward its established goal. there is no love but God's. That's a large step, he's saying, to really get this down. If you achieve the faintest glimmering of what love means today, you have advanced in distance without measure and in time beyond the count of years to your release. Let us together then be glad to give some time to God today and understand there is no better use for time than this. For 15 minutes twice today, escape from every law in which you now believe. Open your mind and rest. The world that seems to hold you prisoner can be escaped by anyone who does not hold it dear. Withdraw all value you have placed upon its meager offerings and senseless gifts, and let the gift of God replace them all. Call to your Father, certain that His voice will answer. He Himself has promised this, and He Himself will place a spark of truth within your mind wherever you give up a false belief, a dark illusion of your own reality and what love means. He will shine through your idle thoughts today and help you understand the truth of love. In loving gentleness, He will abide with you as you allow His voice to teach love's meaning to your clean and open mind. And He will bless the lesson with His love. Well, we want Him to bless our, what's He said? Our clean and open minds. God's going to teach us. The Holy Spirit, His voice, is going to teach us love's meaning as we have a clean and open mind. Today, the legion of the future years of waiting for salvation disappears before the timelessness of what you learn. Let us give thanks today that we are spared a future like the past. Today we leave the past behind us, never more to be remembered, and we raise our eyes upon a different present, where a future shines unlike the past in every attribute. The world in infancy is newly born, and we will watch it grow in strength and health to shed its blessing upon all who come to learn to cast aside the world they thought was made in hate, to be love's enemy. Now are they all made free along with us. Now are they all our brothers in God's love. We will remember them throughout the day because we cannot leave a part of us outside our love if we would know ourselves. So we want to be thinking and remembering that our brothers and sisters are part of ourself, and that we want to let that oneness be remembered as it says, we will remember them throughout the day because we cannot leave a part of us outside our love if we would know ourselves. At least 3 times an hour, think of one who makes the journey with you and who came to learn what you must learn. And as he comes to mind, give him this message from yourself. I bless you, brother, with the love of God, which I would share with you, for I would learn the joyous lesson, for I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's and yours and mine and everyone. Let's read that once again. This blessing we're going to say about every 20 minutes today, just as any person comes to our mind, we're going to say to that person, because they're all part of us, but we're going to connect with them with the love, with this little blessing. I bless you, brother, with the love of God, which I would share with you. For I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's and yours and mine and everyone. I bless you, brothers, with the love of God, which I would share with you. For I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's and yours and mine and everyone's. Okay, let us go take a look in our text reading, and we're going to finish section 4 in chapter 18, the dream and reality. Section 4, light in the dream. And we left off on paragraph 28. Let's start with paragraph 27. As you're turning there, look what I've got here. I've got a couple. Can you see those? I'm hoping. I'm doing a little different with my camera today, and so I'm actually not using the self side. I'm using the regular side, and in order to do that, requires me to put a mirror behind me so I can see what I'm doing. Anyway, I've got some. So I'm trying a new experiment, see if I can get a little better clarity. California Wonder Peppers, which I've already read you a little bit about them, and sweet banana peppers, which I'm getting ready to plant. Can you even see those, or are they not even on the screen? You know, I don't even think they're on the screen, are they? Anyway, I tried to make them there, but I don't. Not that it really makes a lot of difference. I did want to read to you from the Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Catalog, the Craig's Grande Jalapeno, a delicious fat jalapeno that is perfect for making lots of salsa, perfect for anyone who loves jalapeno. It has thick, flavorful, hot flesh developed at Redwood City Seeds. We love this one. So that's Craig's Grande Jalapeno. Okay, and I wonder if I've got something going on my camera. Let's see if we can get that. Let's see if we can continue on. Okay, paragraph 27. You who hold each other's hand also hold mine. For when you join each other, you were not alone. For when you joined each other, you were not alone. Do you believe that I would leave you in the darkness you agreed to leave with me? In your relationship is this world's light. In your relationship is this world's light. And fear must disappear before you now. Be tempted not to snatch away the gift of faith you offered to each other. You will succeed only in frightening yourself if you don't have faith in each other. Remember, we talked about that yesterday, that we want to have faith, believe in each other, trust each other, have faith in your partners. Your partner, you know, whoever you're thinking about, be sure to have faith in them. Be sure to give them the blessing today, which, can we say it? I bless you, brother, with the love of God, which I would share with you, for I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's, and yours, and mine, and everyone. Be tempted not to snatch away the gift of faith you offered to each other. You will succeed only in frightening yourselves. The gift is given forever, for God himself received it. You cannot take it back. You have accepted God. The holiness of your relationship is established in heaven. You do not understand what you accepted, but remember that your understanding is not necessary. All that is necessary was merely the wish to understand. That wish was the desire to be holy. The will of God is granted you, for you desire the only thing you ever had or ever were. 28. Each instant that we spend together will teach you that this goal is possible and will strengthen your desire to reach it. And in your desire lies its accomplishment. Your desire is now complete. Your desire is now in complete accord with all the power of the Holy Spirit's will. No little faltering footsteps that you may take can separate your desire from His will and from His strength. I hold your hand as surely as you agreed to take each other's. You will not separate, for I stand with you and walk with you in your advance to truth. And where we go, we carry God with us. 29. In your relationship, you have joined with me in bringing heaven to the Son of God, who hid in darkness. Keep that one in mind. Keep it all in mind, but let me read that sentence again. In your relationship, you have joined with me in bringing heaven to the Son of God, who hid in darkness. You have been willing to bring the darkness to the light, and this willingness has given strength to everyone who would remain in darkness. Those who would see will see, and they will join with me in carrying their light into the darkness when the darkness in them is offered to the light and is removed forever. My need for you, joined with me in the holy light of your relationship, is your need for salvation. Would I not give you what you gave to me? For when you joined each other, you answered me. You who are now the bringers of salvation have the function of bringing light to darkness. The darkness in you has been brought to light. Carry it back to darkness from the holy instant to which you brought it. We are made whole in our desire to make whole. Let not time worry you, for all the fear that you experience is really past. Time has been readjusted to help us do together what your separate pasts would hinder. You have gone past fear, for no two minds can join in the desire for love without love's joining them. Wow, isn't that something nice to know? You have gone past fear, for no two minds can join in the desire for love without love joining them. Without love's joining them. Okay, in the last paragraph, 31, we're going to read today, and that'll finish this section. Not one light in heaven but goes with you. Not one ray that shines forever in the mind of God but shines on you. Heaven is joined with you in your advance to heaven. When such great light has joined with you to give the little spark of your desire the power of God Himself, can you remain in darkness? You are coming home together after a long and meaningless journey, which you undertook apart and which led nowhere. You have found each other and will light each other's way. And from the light will the great rays extend back into the darkness and forward on to God to shine away the past and so make room for His eternal presence in which everything is radiant in the light. And in that last sentence, the word great rays and presence were all capitalized. So was the word His, because it's referring to God. Let me read it again. From this light will the great rays extend back into the darkness and forward onto God, to shine away the past and to make room for His eternal presence, in which everything is radiant in the light. So let's find the great rays, His eternal presence, where everything is radiant in the light. Okay, and now let's go back and take one look again at our lesson. And there is no love but God's. He says that's the biggest advance we're going to make in our course. That even if we just get a glimmering of what, just a small understanding that we're all in this together, and that there is no love but God's, and we're gonna look for that love in our brothers and sisters. With this blessing, we're going to say, he says, say it 3 times an hour all day today. And be sure to take your 2 15-minute longer extended periods of resting with God. And say to all your brothers who come to mind and your sisters, I bless you, brother, with the love of God, which I would share with you. For I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's, and yours and mine and everyone's.